What is the differences between working in Japan and working in your country, America?
It's too different in our country.
I think the big difference is in Japanese company, people are really strict to the schedule, strict to the time, not late. 1 minute late, it's not okay.
Whereas I think many times, no matter what the job is in Japan, you're expected to treat it as if you are a specialist, regardless of the pay.
I've seen like newer workers, especially Japanese workers, it can be a little tough and strict. Their bosses on them.
What advice would you give to foreigners who want to work in Japan?
I think the biggest advice for every foreigners visiting Japan.
Thank you for your time. Where from?
From America.
From America. You work in Japan, right?
Yes.
So, what kind of job do you do in Japan?
Cybersecurity.
Cybersecurity. Okay. How long have you worked in Japan?
About 5 years.
5 years. Wow, so long. Okay, so what is the differences between working in Japan and working in your country?
I would say it's changed before and after COVID. Pre-COVID, I would say everyone here is very stay long hours and more focused on making sure showing face rather than productivity. Where in America, before it was you have your task, you get your tasks done, and that was the main priority. Where here is one of those, like I said, kind of saving face. But I think at least in IT, it's kind of changed more since COVID. Now it's more relaxed than it used to be. For my company, everybody has remote work now, and that was not a thing before COVID. Where even in America, you had remote work before.
Where from?
I'm from Russia.
Russia. So you work in Japan, right?
Yes, I work in Japan for 2 months already. Yes.
Can you say what kind of job do you have?
I work in Japanese company, model company.
Model.
Model company. So my company is working with foreigners and Japanese people. So we, as a foreigner, we are working with Japanese people. But this company, as a Japanese people, work with foreigners.
Oh, that's
Yes.
interesting. All right. What is the differences between Japanese working culture and your country working culture?
I think the big difference is in Japanese company, people are really strict to the schedule, strict to the time.
Yep.
It's very important to be at your job at the time, not late. 1 minute late, it's not okay. It's very serious for Japanese people to be on the time. Also, it's very important for Japanese people to work as it planned. If Japanese people have a plan, they strictly follow this plan, and it's very difficult to change the plan. I don't want, or I have a different opinion. It's very hard for me as a foreigner to understand Japanese working culture, that they don't agree with any difference if it's not an emergency. Yes.
Where are you guys from?
We are from India.
India. Okay. How long have you lived in Japan?
It's for me 3 months.
3 months?
Yeah.
I am from 3 years.
3 years. Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys work in a Japanese company, right?
Yes.
Yes.
What kind of industry do you work in?
IT industry.
IT industry. You do?
IT.
You guys are an engineer?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
IT engineer.
What is a difference between Japanese working culture and country working culture in your country?
Basically, the main difference is the punctuality and quality of the work.
I think same in India. Yes, we are working, but in 9-hour shift like that. But in Japan, we are doing overtime also. So in India, mostly no overtime. This one is a major difference. Like in India, also we are working in 9 hours, but here we can work in 10 hours or 11 hours like that. Yeah.
Where from?
I'm from Nepal.
Nepal.
Yeah.
What kind of job do you do in Japan?
In Japan, so I did a lot of jobs here, as a bartender in a izakaya or convenience stores.
Oh, wow.
Also Don Quixote,
Wow. So many
so many part-time jobs here. So
Okay.
yeah.
How long have you worked in Japan?
It's been 7 years now. Yeah.
7 years, so long. So you have a lot of experience, right?
Yeah, I think
So, okay, what is the difference between working in Japan and working in your country?
In Japan, so we all do the same work. Like manager is also doing the same jobs, or also part-time jobbers also doing the same jobs. That's what I like the most in Japan.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly. So no any discrimination.
really?
Yeah.
Oh,
But
nice.
in Nepal, a lot of people like discriminate each other. So that's why I love Japan. Yeah.
Okay. You work in Japan, right? So, what kind of job do you have in Japan?
Yeah. So my first job was at a coffee shop just over there. And then right now I work at a juku. So I'm like, it's like a cram school.
Like, what is the differences between working in Japan and working in your country, America? Thank you for your time. Where from?
France,
France. How long have you worked in Japan?
10 years, a little more.
Okay. And what kind of job do you do in Japan?
I own a personal training gym.
Oh, nice. So cool.
I think a lot of times when you work at any job, there's a lot of pride many times around doing that job, regardless of the pay you receive for it. Whereas in America, sometimes getting paid lower to do a job many times makes you kind of like give it a bit less, because in your head, it's like, well, they're not really paying me enough to be an ultra specialist, so I'm just going to do the job. Whereas I think many times, no matter what the job is in Japan, you're expected to treat it as if you are a specialist, regardless of the pay, you know? So you could be making pretty low wages, but you're still expected to operate like a legit full-blown employee, right? Like all the time.
I think, I guess you worked with Japanese people, also a little bit of a Japanese working culture. So,
Yeah.
do you think what is the hardest point of working in Japan?
With the staff that's Japanese, the hardest point is getting them to come early.
Oh.
They don't like early. So when I say early, it's like 6 a.m., 7 a.m.
6, oh.
And when I tell my Japanese staff like, oh, this client wants to train at 6, they just tell me muri. No, impossible. Yeah, so it's just, I think, but it's just the fitness world, so I don't know how the rest of the work, but in the fitness world, my Japanese trainer do not like to start early.
I'd say most difficult. Maybe sometimes the ratio of work to daily life, it can be a little demanding sometimes, especially depending on if you're newer. Your bosses can be very demanding. I've seen, not so much for me because I'm a little bit older, but I've seen newer workers, especially Japanese workers. It can be a little tough and strict, their bosses on them. So I think that's a little bit more demanding than it is back in America. And I also think sometimes, depending on the company again, there's not great training. A lot of times, okay, it's your first day, and they're just kind of they won't really give you a walkthrough or teach too much about your job. It's just one of those, you can do it. You kind of figure it out. So that can be a little difficult here, I think.
So, do you do overtime work more than in the US?
More here.
More here.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. For sure.
Definitely before COVID too. Here, again, not so much now, but before, definitely.
Okay.
I think the hardest part is to understand Japanese working culture with work talking. Work talking is different because if in Russia it's more okay to be a little bit, easy going with workers. It's not that strict. We are more casual in talking. But in Japanese company, you need to be really you need to be respectful, and you need to be polite. It's very important for Japanese people to be polite and to not to be aggressive. Japanese people are very sensitive to this part.
What advice would you give to foreigners who want to work in Japan?
I would say be open-minded, and you need to also accept that you're coming into a culture here. So don't necessarily even if you're coming from a company that's international, it's not going to be the same as it was back home for you. So you have to kind of get used to the norms here, but also don't be afraid to make suggestions, but also be willing to receive suggestions about yourself too and how to like integrate with your coworkers.
I think the Japanese is must if you want to live in Japan, because means basically when I observed that no one mostly talk in English. My advice is mostly you can at least the basic Japanese. Yeah.
I think the biggest advice for every foreigners visiting Japan is to respect Japanese culture, because Japanese people are not the same. But if you are in Japan, you need to understand how to work and how to talk, how to be your behavior for Japanese people. And it's very important to respect the culture of the country you are in. Working, traveling, it's very important. And I think every time you're communicating with Japanese people, you need to be polite, because it's a pleasure for Japanese people and for foreigner as well, because polite talking is really good. Yeah, I respect it. Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's a really good advice. Thank you so much. That's it. Okay, thank you for watching. What do you think? If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button, subscribe to my channel, and follow me on Instagram. See you next time.